Yeah, we
farms.
need it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been whining about
Snowpack.
There was
Snowpack's
already
essential.
some talk about us getting our irrigation cut off at Prosser Farm.
Already, yeah.
So this might help with that situation.
Although it's atmospheric rain this river this week, so we're
Yeah.
going to lose a lot.
Well, that's just all hit Hawaii there. Did you see all the pictures from Hawaii?
And Carol's going too next week, so she's.
Yeah. Well, it should be fine by then.
Oh yeah.
We're coming to you live from the Hot Stove Studios here in downtown Seattle. It's the Hot Stove Society Radio Show. Thank you all for coming this morning.
Woohoo!
Woo! If you want to be one of the cool people like these folks, you just go to hotstovesociety.com and buy a ticket. I think it's $30.
It is.
And you get breakfast and coffee, and sometimes our guests bring a little taste treats. You know, Annie wanted to raise the price, and I stood firm and said,
she
no.
told me. Yeah.
No. Oh, what's wrong with that girl? We are at the Hotel Andra in downtown Seattle. If you come in the front door, go up to the mezz, and all the way to the back is these beautiful kitchen studios. We've been here for 11 years now and look forward to many more. Beck's here in the producer chair today. We've got a big show.
We do.
You always put together a nice little show sheet for us.
Thank you.
You can watch us on YouTube at Tom Douglas and Company YouTube channel. Tune in on or Cairo, right? Now, it used to be you could get our YouTube feed on Fridays, but not anymore. It's
right
after
now,
the show on Saturday.
Exactly. So it'll open up at 6 p.m. on Saturdays, right after the first show.
All right. Upcoming classes here. That's what we do. We have both corporate and public gigs. Asian macarons with Chef Rashida Rosley, who happens to be making breakfast this morning, April 4th. Sushi 101 with Chef Annie Elmore, April 4th. And many more. If you go to hotstovesociety.com, you can find out all the different possibilities to come hang with us. Or like these nice folks did, get a room.
Yeah, a little staycation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. E.T., tell us about Mr. Fishwich of the Month. E.T. is my partner here. And
yes.
Eric
So
Tanaka.
this month we have, and every month we have like a rotating just special fish sandwich down at Mr. Fish. And it is a salmon Reuben. So pastrami spiced Reuben, you know, with all the accoutrements and cheese. And it took them, I would say, 5 weeks to dial it in because they were just fiddling. And I think we just ended up where we started. So it's one of those funny things as a chef, like, oh, I'm going to make this better. make this better. And they're like, actually, our first one was great. So let's go back to that. So it was just 5 weeks of testing and to get to where we got to. And that makes sound crazy.
Hungry. They were just hungry. We're continuing our $30 30th anniversary celebration at the Palace Kitchen. It's been very busy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to come, I think we have Taste of Iceland the 19th through the 21st, right?
Yep.
And then after that, we pick back up on our $30 5-course tasting menu at the Palace Kitchen.
It's delicious.
Till the end of the month. You went
I've gone
last week.
Going again.
Are you?
Yeah.
Let me know this time. Maybe I'll come by, or did you purposely not tell me? So
Sure she will.
Yeah. So that's going on at the Palace Kitchen. 30 years.
Yeah, that's
I don't
amazing.
know if you saw Loretta's little tribute on
It was
Instagram.
beautiful. It was
Isn't
her
that sweet.
It was her perspective of growing up there.
Yeah. And hiding in the booths. And
yeah.
I had said that about Terry Rotro's The Chef and the Chapeau's hat. Chapeau's kids doing the same, hiding in and about the booths there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's an interesting story to be told about Seattle restaurant brats.
And
because Loretta hung out with Terry and Kathy's kids, with Mia Yoder, Rick and Ann's kids from Wild Ginger.
Yeah.
All sorts of kids that, Sean's son, Everett, your kids.
Yeah.
I mean, restaurant brats are a special breed.
And a lot end up back in the restaurants.
I know they do.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's a very social business.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an accepting business.
Yeah.
On today's show, grocery store specials. Where are we shopping today?
Wajimaya
today.
Yes. And so
we've done PCC, or
we did last week or 2 weeks. First one we did Town and Country. Then we did Metropolitan Market. And now we're doing Wajimaya.
And what's the deal? What do we have to do?
Well, we've got their special sheet, and we're going to come up with making a dinner for 4 for under $40.
Ooh.
Yeah. And you chefs you know your numbers.
We can do that.
We can do that.
You can do that.
So that's coming up first off. Chef Nathan Lockwood on whole animal cooking at Corello and Altura. It's going to be here behind the scenes in the restaurant business. It's going to become a very popular segment because people are curious about our business. It's a small margin business, but it's a lovely, sexy, romantic business. And so I think that's why you'll see all these, Bethany does this in the Times. 30 restaurants closed, but 40 open, and it's the recycle of the restaurant spaces. And I always want to be the one that came in second.
Yeah.
Because the first
After
person
somebody
that comes
else spent all their money.
I know the first person that comes in and has to do all the electrical and the plumbing and all that. Then I want to come in after they go out of business.
So is that the advice you have for young owners?
100%. And I have
Unfortunately, we never follow that plan. We're always the second, the first.
If you're out there to open a business, go into one of the ones that hasn't done so well,
right?
And figure out before you go in why they didn't do so well.
Was it parking? Yeah, right.
Yeah. So that's behind the scenes at our restaurants. Tony and Sean Thomas of Black Pepper Catering are here. Ordinary to Extraordinary with spring salads. Elizabeth Liu, CEO of Crowd Cow. Wow, that's fancy. We got a big timer in here today. Online marketplace for premium meat and seafood. And then, of course, we're going to wrap up the show with Becky's torturous food for thought tasty trivia brought to you by Rub with Love Spice Rubs.
Exciting.
Shoo, that was a lot. E.T., did you have a taste of the week?
I do have a taste of the week. I went to Yemeni House up in Linwood and Middle Eastern, and I had fool, shakshuka, and they call it banya, but it was a stewed okra. My wife's vegetarian, so I didn't have meat, but I'm going back with my kids for the family lamb platter. My kids love lamb. So just slow roasted lamb with a salad and
love that too.
Like turmeric rice.
Yeah.
It's so fragrant in there. It was packed. Everything we had was super delicious. And, it's really spiced nicely. So it just, out of my ordinary realm is spicing. I tend to stay with more maybe Asian spicing. So it was great for me to break out and just, experience something different.
Right.
What's fool?
It's stewed fava beans.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are they soft or they stay?
They're very soft.
Okay.
I mean, it's like
a doll or
paste. Yeah.
something.
And they start with dried ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because some of those fava beans, I had some that were fried this last week, and they're big.
Yeah.
Some of those fava beans are big. My taste of the week is from my travels to the east coast of this fine country.
Back to your mom's old house?
No, I didn't. She's not there anymore.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. I hung out with my sisters. I have 6 sisters, 5 living, and I'm a saint.
Because your brother's
I
not?
have put up with these ladies.
I don't know if they say the same thing.
I have put up with these ladies my entire life. Yeah.
I've heard
And a
stories
daughter.
from Michelle.
Yeah. Anyway, my 2 tastes of the week from there was we went to a Syrian restaurant for some baklava to take away because I had heard it was really good. Dang, it was really good. It was the most buttery, perfect baklava I've ever had. A lot of times they're not crisp enough for me. They're not baked long enough, or they have too much filling to phyllo ratio.
Yeah.
These were perfection.
And was Jackie there?
Jackie was there.
Because she's the baklava connoisseur,
No,
right?
I am the connoisseur.
Oh, you're the connoisseur. She makes it.
I'm the connoisseur.
Okay.
Some people just call me Mr. Sewer for short. The other thing I had, you like this, E.T., my nephew, Tommy, who used to work here at Lola and Edda's, and where else? Did he make his way all the way around our company?
He did.
He was a fine young chef. Matter of fact, the first week he was here, he told me, Uncle Tom, I'm going to be more famous and win more James Beard Awards than you ever thought about.
He's still working on it.
Yeah. Oh, no, now he's a air handling specialist in Providence, Rhode Island. So he does a beautiful job. His lovely family went to see his daughter's play, which I would tell you that her play that she was in was called Into the Woods.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Lots of singing.
3 hours.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Enough of that. Anyway, he made a beautiful classic kind of what I consider a New England cod dish. And he just used a brazier, and I never do this, like a roasting, like those red ones down there below, like a ceramic roasting. What do you call those?
Casserole.
Casserole, yeah. And
big word.
he put all the cod pieces in there there were 6 of us at the table. sauteed leeks with tons of butter. I had bought them this fancy Italian butter, sauteed leeks with butter. Just poured the leeks over top and then baked it. You see a lot of that in New England that you don't see other places, I think, is baked fish.
I think
At least I
Portugal, you
don't.
see that a lot.
Portugal, you see that? Well, that's Portuguese are big in New England.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Anyway, the real key here is you can't overcook it, and he didn't. It was perfect, and he served it with like a buttery rice with asparagus and peas in it. And I just was. It just felt for some reason super New Englandy to me, and I really enjoyed it.
Sounds good to me.
Comforting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, since I have a minute, we went to a little restaurant group called Track 15, and it's 7 different restaurants that have opened little, like food courts, little spots in a food court in Providence. Love the idea. There are so few food courts outside of Italy that have actually done transition to a very successful business.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think the infrastructure, it's so expensive considering the amount of square footage you have to each setup. But that to me is a tough part.
I ate, well, it's a common area. It's all the common area bathrooms, common area tables, chairs. I ate something from every one of the places, all 7.
Of course you did.
And they
Mr.
were-
Sewer.
Yeah, they were all delicious. And yet, if it wasn't for a Irish, like a 8-year-old Irish girls dancing troupe that happened to be there,
Oh, that's why.
there were 12 customers at noon on Sunday.
Yeah.
These places, they just struggle, and I can't put my finger on it. Like we were talking, it's like
Yeah, it's too bad.
one of the things you have to decide before you take over a restaurant that failed is why did they fail,
Right.
and what are you going to do differently?
There's one in San Diego that's super busy, but it's more like a village. So it's a lot of different things happening, kind of more like a U village in that sense, but
yeah.
they
You
do
to-
have a
you to
central
shopping.
food
This
court.
is just
Yeah.
standalone food, and like I said, they were all delicious and just absolutely dead. I felt bad for them. There were people risking their life fortunes on
Yeah.
it, right? You know, a lot of people.
Well, you
don't-
did your best to contribute.
I did. Matter of fact, I did. Matter of fact, they cut off my credit card. I used it so many times in so many places. They thought somebody was just like they cut off my credit card. I was only charging like,
Suspicious activity.
yeah, $16 at a time. It
Right.
wasn't like I was breaking the bank or anything. But anyway, that's just my thought. And I will tell you, 8-year-old Irish step dancers, lovely, especially with their little curls and their little
Aw,
uniforms. Yeah,
cute.
super fun. Okay, we're going to come back and work on the Wajimai special sheet for the week on Cairo Radio. It's the Hot Stove Society Show 97.3 FM.
Woohoo.
Oh, you guys are energetic this morning. How was your schnecken? Delicious? I don't think so. There's pistachio, I believe, in it. Hey, Rashida, what did you do different today that the tops didn't candy up? The tops didn't get too hard of candy. What did you do different? Honey instead of corn syrup?
Pretty
Good
good.
call.
You approve?
I wish you had thought about that 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, the first one was overcooked. Oh.
No. It's scary.
Like corn syrup?
Yeah. But it is usually a Tide roll, but it's usually not that yellow color.
I've only seen it where it's cut off the butt, just strips off the butt. I've never
Yeah.
seen it tied.
It's usually more classically a Tide belly.
All right, we're back here in the kitchens on Cairo Radio. It's the Hot Stove Society show.
Woo!
Busy here today. Eric Tanaka is my co-host today. He's a partner in our restaurants for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
30 plus
probably.
years. Yeah.
30
And also a
plus.
James Beard Award winner. And what else do you do? Father of 5.
Fully recuperated from my kidney stone.
There you
Oh,
go.
alas.
My big
Alas.
achievement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
The good
control
news
over
is it was
that.
so big I used it on the golf course.
He's never
Okay.
hit so well.
It flew. It was aerodynamic. Eric, you have this little brochure. Or Becky, tell us what to do.
Okay, so what we're doing is we're celebrating our grocery stores, their weekly specials. And last year we talked about Met Market's weekly specials. The week before we did Town and Country's big boards. This was actually your idea, which is a lot of fun.
Well, it strikes me that people walk into a grocery store with a plan,
Uh-huh.
a list, and that it might not be what's on sale.
Right.
And that you need to be able to adjust.
Yeah, and be
And
flexible.
save,
and-
you'll save a lot of money.
Yep, and have some fun with it. So today we're doing Wajimaya, and it'd be fun if you guys could come up with maybe a dinner for 4 for under $40, if possible.
I think it's doable.
You
I
do,
think
and
it's
you would
doable.
you guys are the ones that would know, especially you ET with 5 kids.
I have seen so far in all of our stores so far, it hasn't been undoable
Right.
because the sales are generally really good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we have today? Where would you start with this?
All right, I'm going to start. I would grab the pork belly, katsu sauce, cabbage sprouts, and the arabiki sausage.
Wow, you're going fast. Okay.
Slow down, mister.
Oh.
So the pork belly, it says Korean style. So
So it's a
I
little
think
bit
that's just-
thicker and skin on generally.
skin on, but
Oh, okay.
it's still raw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
still
'cause
raw.
Koreans generally put it on a little grill at the table, right?
Yeah, and then they also have, you pointed out the char siu, the pre-cooked. To me, it's too soft for what I want to do. I would do a quick stir fry with the cabbage, black pepper, and garlic.
Will you explain to people what char siu is, or char siu?
Yeah, it's just barbecued pork. And Tom and I were talking about it. Classically, it's a pork belly that's been rolled and tied and kind of braised. And then other people do pork butts with shoulder and just cut slices off of that. She'll just make logs out of that. But braised in kind of a sweet soy dashi mix. So it's just super tender. You'll see that in ramen a lot.
So
And
is
you
that-
also see that
Classic
that's
condiment.
Japanese version of that. That's not something you see in Chinatown. I think most people think of a char siu as what you see hanging in the windows in Chinatown.
Right. So the red
Yeah.
Right.
pork.
So this is something that's already pre-made for folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
$6 a pound, so it's
Nice.
all 100% ready to go.
Nice.
But it's really tender, and I think for me as saute,
So
I
take the
want a little
dish.
mouthfeel.
Tell us the dish, how it goes all the way through. So if somebody has this brochure in their hand, what are they going to look for and how do they put it together?
Okay, so basically I do a cabbage saute. So cabbage, sprouts, garlic, black pepper,
And,
And
just quick
then-
hot sear?
just a quick hot sear. Yeah, so it's just the bottom, and then if there's any little vinegar, just a quick touch of vinegar, because you're gonna want to cut that pork belly.
that.
And then the pork belly I would grill, and I would glaze it with, there's also a katsu sauce there. So I like the texture of pork belly when it's raw and cooked and grilled. It's really mouthful, especially when it has the skin on. Has a lot of different textures there.
Mhm.
You get that char on, that glaze. And the glaze will be kind of sweet. So you want that cabbage to be a little acerbic. So that black pepper, a lot of black pepper, a lot of garlic, just a little bit of vinegar or acid. Lemon's fine, lime's fine also. So you just get that really nice texture. Just a quick sear in the cabbage, so it's still crunchy. And then you have the nicely grilled, katsu pork
Are you
belly.
putting any like yakisoba noodles in there, or what's your
no noodles?
No noodles.
I mean, the cabbage is the base.
base? Really?
Yeah, I love cabbage. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I love it.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I'm having some tonight with my supper.
yeah. And then I would actually season that cabbage with those little arabiki sausage. So they're just like that would be the seasoning. So
I don't know what that is. What is
they're basically mini sausages,
like
And there's
Vienna wieners?
like little smokies.
2 packs for
I
$8.
didn't- Where did you see those?
It's
I
on the
didn't
very
see those.
first page, right
Uh-huh.
next to the tofu.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
And then what would you make for Danica, your wife, who's a vegetarian?
She would have to pick around the sausage.
and the pork.
Well, luckily tofu is on sale also too
Yeah.
for $5.
So could you use tofu in a cabbage dish?
You could. I wouldn't. If I was doing that, I would actually put it into broth,
Mhm.
especially a soft tofu, because it's going to lose itself in all
Okay.
that other
I
stuff.
think there's a lot of vegetarians that don't love tofu because it's been forced on them so many times.
Ah.
Is that true?
I love tofu.
Me too.
I'm
but-
saying vegetarians though. You love everything,
yeah, I do love everything. The original
especially a hot
sewer.
dog.
No, I think. I mean, yeah. I mean, I
She
don't
still
know if
likes it,
people
though.
hate tofu. I think a lot of people love it.
I just know some of the vegetarians feel like it's a cop out. It's like doing pasta primavera
Yeah,
on every restaurant
Yeah.
menu for the vegetarian
True.
person.
or a grilled veg plate.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Tom, where would you go with this weekly specials?
Well, there's a couple of things on here that I really think would make a good combination. So they have Korean style sliced pork belly, which ET used. I'm going to use a bit of that with some of the white prawns that are on sale for $5.99 a pound,
Mm-hmm.
and peel those up and chop up the pork belly and make a little pot sticker filling.
Ooh.
Because you can always find, one of the nice things about shopping at Wajimaya, you can find all the wrappers of whatever size. And for pot stickers, I like, there's a company, the local Chuchong Noodle Company, that makes pot sticker wraps both in thin, which is what I would use for a wonton soup, or thick, which I would use for pot stickers. So depending on which way you're going, same kind of filling though. So I mixed that filling. I grind it up with lemongrass, a little garlic, a little ginger, some soy, some. I think the important thing people forget is cornstarch.
Ah.
You got to put the cornstarch in so that it soaks up the juices when they're cooking in the wontons, because you don't want all those to kind of slither out.
That'd be
And
sad.
it also gives you more of a sausage-like texture, holds it together,
Helps it, yeah, emulsify.
so it's not grainy when you eat it.
And how much cornstarch ratio? Are you just thinking a little bit?
If
or?
you had a pound of mix, which is plenty enough for 4 people,
Mhm.
which believe me we're only into this now for $7.
Mhm.
$1.50 for the pot sticker wraps. If you have a pound of mix, I would say you're looking at a tablespoon
Okay,
of cornstarch.
that much. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the most. Yeah. So then now I've got these. Do I do pot stickers or do I do wontons? Because if they have a nice looking chicken stock available there, they might have some bones, but they might not. A lot of times in Chinatown, wonton soup is made with a water base, a water cabbage onion base. Broth. I like it with chicken broth.
They've got a ramen base.
Yeah, but it comes with
It's
the
all
whole
salt
ramen
and-
pack. And
The one on the bottom, $4.99 for
where are you
ramen base.
seeing-
It's on the second page on the bottom to the left.
Oh no, perfect. So then we'll just start
That's
with
another
water and
$5.
just add
Yep.
ramen base to
Okay.
it. Yeah. So I think we're even going to be under $20 by the time we're done.
Okay.
So in this, I like to chop up some bok choy, the baby bok choy. I don't think they have bean sprouts on here on special, $1.49. Be fun to put a little scrambled egg in there.
and
they
they're
have
on sale
eggs.
too for $6.99.
Yeah, cage-free pasteurized eggs. Have you seen pasteurized eggs like that before? Whole eggs.
I have not.
They've got Napa cabbage, and I think we have enough money left over. They've got Yumi strawberries. That's a Charlie's Produce
Oh yeah.
product. Yumi, YUMI strawberries. And that's pushing the season. You know, it is only March.
Mhm.
So these are obviously California strawberries, but just a little pavlova. I'll take my the rest of my eggs and make a little meringue, bake it off with some black sesame paste
Wow.
and some fresh strawberries on top. So you have a little wonton soup and strawberry pavlova, black sesame pavlova.
Sounds amazing. If you didn't want to make the pavlova egg free, there's a
Oh,
black
that's right.
bean ice cream, and you could
Ah.
put and there's a sesame ice cream
Uh-huh.
for $3.99 and put the strawberries on that. A little easier.
Are you're happy now, right?
I'm
No eggs.
happy. Yeah, I'm happy.
No eggs. Yeah, that's super fun to kind of go through these sales sheets. But you might have walked in thinking you were going to make meatloaf, and you walk out thinking you're going to make shrimp and pork wontons.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, so that's a good thing to have an open heart when you
Love
go
it.
to the grocery store. All right. Nathan Lockwood's going to join us. He's the chef behind Altura and Corello, Italian-inspired restaurants rooted in handmade pasta, seasonal Northwest ingredients, and whole animal cooking. On Cairo Radio, it's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
All right, Nathan, come on up.
How's your shakshuka, or is it too hot still?
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
The spot?
That's the spot.
I was told you weren't going to.
Not by me.
Every week I surprise them.
Maybe that was from.
I don't know. It's my show.
I know. I was surprised.
I haven't missed too many in all the
Okay.
years.
No.
Yeah, it's almost like you're eating it.
Okay. No, I'm okay. Thank you.
How things?
Pretty good.
Good.
The drive was special.
Always.
Man.
Bad.
Yeah.
What is?
Oh, the drive was amazing this morning.
From.
But I saw a lot of new parts of town because I surface streets the whole way from Shoreline.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah,
North,
it was
like this-
tight. It took me 40 minutes from the Ballard Bridge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I had kid duty, so I dropped off early and it was bad, but not crazy bad.
Yeah. Well,
It really changes from 7 to 7:30, but the
Yeah.
whole thing tightens up.
Yeah.
Okay, Nathan, you've been here. You know how this works.
I remember.
Okay, good. Just stay on that mic is all the key. I'm trying to get Eric to do
Oh,
that.
I
too.
think when you look down, maybe lower it a little bit
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
you
No, I
look
won't, I
away.
won't be looking at it.
or grab
now.
it. Yeah.
All right. We're back in the kitchen on Cairo Radio. It's the Hot Stove Society Show. We've been out and about, busy, and Nathan Lockwood is the chef owner of Altura and Corello restaurants up on Broadway, I would say. In
Broadway and
in
Roy,
old-
yep.
You said the last time you were here that it's not the old Boondock Sundeckers and Green Thumb space that I worked in 1977, but I think it is.
I don't think so. I think you were right next door.
Okay.
But it's the same building.
Yeah.
Altura.
Yeah, I was there actually June of 78, I want to say. is
Okay.
when I was working there.
Yeah, you
You
know,
know what
I've
that
heard
makes me?
conflicting
Old.
reports. Yeah, well, right there with you.
And then Corello's in Jerry Tronfeld's old Poppy, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I
Yep.
love that. Great spot.
Tell us about what you're planning on for spring and the whole animal butchery and how does that transition season to season, or it's like, are there cuts of meat that you prefer to use in the spring rather than
well,
the
when
winter?
we're dealing with the whole animals, you have to use the whole thing. So
Either way, right? So-
Yeah. So a cow comes in every 2 to 3 months, and we break that down and figure out how to work that into both programs. And so that's kind of you're looking at a large spectrum of time and a lot of different cuts in order to use that. When a batch of squab comes in, usually we're going to process and use those within a week or two. And so dealing with lots of different farms, lots of different producers, and just trying to keep a continuous rotation of products coming in to keep us busy and keep things new and fresh.
Yeah. That's
Is-
always hard.
Is squab something that home cooks can get?
Squab?
Where,
Frozen, generally.
right. Frozen. Okay.
Yeah, hard to find it fresh these days in Washington, but we have a new producer we're working with who's bringing us amazing birds. He's having some of the usual hurdles getting birds processed and brought
Yeah.
to us on a regular basis, but he's trying and we're supporting him, and the
That's
product's
awesome.
amazing. So
One of the hard things about squab, I think, is it's just pricey. I mean, it goes
Oh.
on the menu at, I don't know what you're selling it for, but a half a squab is going to be on the menu at $45 or so.
yeah, a whole bird these days is about $15.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's
and you know
less
it's
than I thought.
what
Yeah.
10 ounces,
Yeah.
and 4 ounces of usable meat. So it's not cheap. I was doing
It's rich, though. It's not like you need a whole bird.
a half a bird is more than enough.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
And I haven't had it for a long time. I think since Rover's days. What's the flavor profile?
You know, it's similar to duck. I think the flavor is a little more nuanced and maybe a little more livery in a good way. I think it kind of reminds me of foie gras just on its own.
ET's
Yeah.
shaking his head emphatically.
I haven't had it in a long time, but I love squab.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. We pretty much do the same thing with it all the time because it's my favorite. We put juniper and black pepper on it and dry age it for about
Oh,
7
wow.
days, and then grill it on the charcoal, and that's the whole story.
Yeah, perfect.
Use all the offal from it. You really get all the flavor from the heart and the liver of the squab. Is fantastic. So, yeah, lots of fun.
There used to be the big joke about just go out to a telephone line and get one off the telephone line, but that's just not the case.
Hard to find.
Well, no,
Hard to catch.
hard to catch. But no,
I know if you want to
these are a
catch 'em.
specialized farm breed bird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So squab is the same as pigeon, right?
Right,
So it
right.
was the inside cook joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Other things that you're doing for the spring.
Well, in terms of the whole animal lineup right now, lamb is kind of the go-to. We're getting 2 or 3 lamb in every 3 or 4 weeks, and same thing, breaking them down, using every cut, making it different kind of every time we do it. So
Uh-huh.
it's just an adventure for the cooks and creative outlet for look at all this product and figure out the best way to utilize it, and always try to make it a little better than last time.
Right.
And then
how
are you go ahead. Are you sourcing from Oregon or up the islands or?
I have a new farm we've been working with on Whidbey Island. They're so new they haven't named themselves yet, so we're just calling it Whidbey Island Lamb. He's actually doing rabbits and lamb for us, and hoping to get more regular with the deliveries from them over the coming year. And then we're using the Umpqua lamb from Oregon as a stopgap,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
also a great product.
I mean, back in the day, we used to pick up on Lopez once a
The
week.
ferry, yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely distribution. And I think, going back to your point about processing, like for a small rancher, that is really the single hardest thing to predict, because generally they have a mobile kill plant that comes to process, but you have to schedule that and it's really expensive. So
Right.
figuring that out, you're not going to a big USDA plant because the cost on running a plant is huge, and
And the
you couldn't do
transportation
that for
cost
100
also.
birds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. ET was talking earlier in the show about Yemeni lamb. And you mentioning lamb. I know we're selling it or serving it on our tasting menu at Palace right now. And it's probably the number one dish that people comment about because, it's super cheap right now. But at the same time, I think people are scared of lamb a little bit still after all these years, even though it is so much less gamey and stuff that people kind of have in their head.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's one of the things my wife won't eat. So I eat it when she's not around.
Right.
And she's pretty adventurous eater. So we usually try to offer an option
Right.
when we're offering lamb as the entree because some people don't like it. And same idea with rabbit, which used to be a staple on the menu when we were doing a la carte. But these days with the tasty menu, it's hard to have rabbit as the entree unless you have a solid alternative crowd pleaser.
Yeah,
Salmon.
and there's no a rabbit is just like chicken. It's just that people don't like the term rabbit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rabbit's fantastic, super versatile, super good for you. Really responsible environmentally in terms of producing it. So it's a great
a lot more
option.
popular in Europe. It's
Yeah.
just not something that we have grown up with, but
We have pretty good success with serving the rabbit. People really enjoy it,
I love it.
but not 100% of the people are going to want to
Mhm.
try it.
Right.
So, which we understand
That's
that's
something
fine.
as a restaurateur you're always thinking about. ET, how would you make the Yemeni style lamb?
I mean, that's just slow roasted with spices. So
Like a Greek style where it's just basted with lemon and olive
but
oil?
super slow. So it's
Yeah.
almost like confit.
That's
or,
my
you know,
favorite way.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
just-
What cut are you using?
there they look like shanks.
Uh-huh.
It was the Yemeni house up in Linwood.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was delicious. I mean, that family meal, $75, just a big platter of lamb, a salad, and
We're doing like largely the same thing. We the cuts when you get the whole lamb that you never see. We call it the copa, which
Yeah.
is the 2 pieces below the neck, and then we always do the slow roasted lamb neck at Crollo because it's my favorite.
yeah, it's so
They cook
delicious.
it.
I mean, especially that all that gelatin in there.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's so good.
but it's interesting because to me, I think Australian lamb is more like a beef spec, like it's corn finish, where New Zealand is grass. So you'll get that gamier flavor. For me, I prefer mutton because I want that deeper, richer flavor. So if you're going to have lamb, you should have lamb, not beef.
Although the Whidbey Island folks are bringing us what they call hogget, which is halfway in between. So
Cool.
between 1 and 2 years. So it's got more flavor than lamb, but it hasn't quite arrived at mutton.
Yeah.
Mutton
And
is
those
what
are,
gave lamb a bad name. Honestly, that's what people freaked out about is the strong flavor of mutton.
Sure.
But lamb is very beefy, I think.
Yeah. too beefy. And I mean, I think to me, I love it off the islands because it is generally probably all grass up there because a lot of them are just free grazing up there.
Well, that's the really beautiful thing about grazed lamb is you can really taste the flavor of what it's been eating, all the flowers and all the grasses and the clover. And especially if you don't braise it, the slow roasting, I think, keeps all of that sort of natural.
Concentrates it, yeah.
Absolutely.
How does rabbit show up in your two different your restaurants are very different?
Yeah,
How-
one of the Corello changed because we opened 4 or 5 months right before COVID. But one of our signature items when we had the carts going was the rabbit meatballs, which were awesome. And our sources for rabbit at that time all dried up, went away. So now we're luckily back onto new ones. But the rabbit meatballs, a fun one, and we revisit that every now and then. At Altura, we generally break down the whole rabbit and we serve all of the parts on one plate. Because I feel like all the parts of the rabbit are really different and unique. And my favorite parts, the liver and the kidney, you can wiggle those in there in a small portion to get people to try them. So the grilled liver, chicken fried rabbit kidney, something with the saddle, something with the shoulder, something with the leg, and we change it as we go.
I worked in Barolo and I was terrine guy. So every day or once a week, I would make a rabbit terrine, but it was the whole thing. A little bit of rabbit, a little bit of pork, and just every week making
Yeah,
that.
it makes
So
an
it's always
awesome
fun.
terrine. Really good.
I tell you, I wouldn't want to be the one having to bone out all the rabbits.
I was thinking for meatballs.
That's my
your
job.
job.
That's my favorite
You like
part.
to shuck oysters.
therapeutic,
you like to,
though.
French and all those little racks is the best part.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh, my God. Are we
We used to do that too. It would make everybody crazy. It make him crazy, actually.
100%.
He would see us doing that. What the hell are you guys wasting your time for?
Well, plus, in my mind, you're taking out the best part of the rabbit is or the lamb
flap.
or the beef or whatever is that in between the bones part that is so delicious and fatty
that.
and marbled.
Yeah.
Maybe
We use it,
different on
though.
a rabbit. I'm sure you use it in your meatball, right? Yeah, exactly.
I agree with the rack of lamb. Given the opportunity, I want all the meat on the bones.
Yeah. So Altura and Corello, springtime menus coming up. A nose to tail butchery, fresh pasta.
Fresh pasta every day. We're Northern Italian style pasta largely, so almost all of our pasta is full egg yolk dough. So a softer noodle, fresh pasta, nothing dried, and that's year round. You know, the sets change. We're slowly moving into your favorite ingredient, the stinging nettles.
not.
Good luck with that. I'll see you in the summer.
I was going to bring you some, but I ran out of time.
Yeah. Thank you for forgetting. All right. Go check out Nathan's restaurants up on Capitol Hill on Broadway there, right by, I think people know mostly the Deluxe Tavern.
Yeah.
Yep,
Right
been
there
there forever.
In the middle of the Deluxe Tavern area where Broadway turns into 10th. All right. Behind the scenes in the restaurant business, Nathan's going to stay with us to talk about some of the structural parts of our business
Woo.
on Cairo Radio. It's the
Fun.
Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
Thanks.
Am I close enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more cup.
What's going on?
Just our next guest. We're getting gumbo, so I just want to let them know they're next.
Okay. And we are back. It's Nathan Lockwood time here on the Hot Stove Radio Show. He has restaurants Altura and Corello. E.T., my partner, Eric Tanaka, is here, and myself and Becky. What do you want from us today?
Well, we got some veterans around the table, and we want to know.
Slash a lot of gray hair.
Well, a lot of knowledge. A lot of knowledge.
Okay.
Where's your gray hair, Becky?
Next subject.
Yeah,
So we want to hear about some questions that us home people don't know about the restaurant business. So
and you should also, as a listener, feel free to write into Becky
Please
if you have
do.
a
Yeah.
question about our restaurants
we love
from
getting
the backside of things.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. What are you curious about? Okay, so first question is for all three of you. What's something you only understand after decades in the business?
Wow.
Wow.
And there might be many things,
I
but
don't know if I figured it all out yet.
I know.
Well, you want me to go first?
Sure.
All right. So for me, after decades, it's relationships.
Hmm,
Because I think when you're a new restaurateur, you're just trying to survive. And I think relationships as they build and age over time are like a good cheese, and that they have good days and bad days, but at the end of the day, they're funky and delicious. And I really enjoy the best part of my part of the restaurant business is the relationships that I've built over the years,
uh-huh.
both with customers and with my
Right.
coworkers. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And as you build those relationships and you find people that you can rely on,
Mhm.
everything becomes easier and smoother and more rewarding, and partnerships, everything.
That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
I think what I've learned is that over the decades, I still love this.
Oh, that's great.
Why I got into it, I think it's funny. I think as a young cook, it's about the food. I think as you graduate and get more mature, it becomes about the relationships. But at the end of the day, this is a business of passion. If you don't love it, it's really hard. Like, I mean, to figure out how to make things work. You know, some of our restaurants were on our third try of figuring out how
Yeah.
to make them work, you know.
Mhm.
But every day I relish that challenge and relish doing it with the people that we're with. And, you know, things over the decades have changed. I mean, Nathan, I don't know where you worked as a young cook, but kind of the social mores in a kitchen have really morphed over
Oh,
those
yeah.
decades. Like what was fine back then, or you'd never questioned, you know, its forefront. And I think, you know, just looking at Noma, the whole thing that's
Mhm.
happening
Boy,
there.
that just blew up again, didn't it?
Yeah.
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 You know, and frankly, I mean, that kind of behavior was fairly normal. It's not like,
I disagree with that.
Well, you worked in New York,
You
right?
lived maybe in New York, but I got to tell you, I've been in this 50 years in the Seattle restaurant business. No one's ever hit me with a pan or thrown a pan. What was Renee doing? Is like sticking people with tongs and
And punching in the face.
I've
So the
seen
story
that,
says.
unfortunately. I
Really?
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
oh my god!
I don't know what happened exactly, you know, where the line is, but I've certainly experienced my share of you know, similar behavior.
Yeah, aggressive
From a chef,
behavior.
from a chef towards you,
Oh yeah.
or just
Yeah, no,
Wow,
for
that's
sure. In
amazing
San
to me.
Francisco, very much so. And I always kind of felt that it was, I mean, it does train you to some extent to be able to stay calm and focused when you're having a hard day, when you're actually in the driver's seat, and be able to make good decisions. But again, it's not the right way to do it.
Yeah.
And there's this evolution that comes when you're, everybody gets into this because we love to cook. You want to be a line cook for the rest of your life. And then suddenly you find yourself opening a restaurant for one reason or another because you want to be in Seattle, and that's the only way to do it. And then you have to learn, now how do I become a good manager? How do I become a good
A leader.
employer? How do
Yeah.
I become a good leader? How do I become a good teacher? And that's not really what we were trained for. And so we usually fail at it in multiple steps along the way and then get better at it over time.
Uh,
Yeah, because I think the interesting thing is back in the old days, I'm going to say, I think you got promoted because you were a good cook, not because you were a good manager, a good leader. Like
Yeah.
they really think about that. Like the best cooks were always moving forward. And sometimes they were okay as managers. Most of the time they weren't, you know.
Mhm.
But I think having to have evolved, I think is important for the industry because it was not, you know, sustainable in any
Yeah,
way.
it's one of my main focuses now is to try to take other people that work for me that are fantastic cooks, but very much like myself, maybe not the best managers, and try to help them understand how to get better at that. But it's always it's a process.
Yeah, and I always try and teach our team of they're two different disciplines, like learning food, learning management. They're two different things, and you have to apply yourself in the same way. Where it was exciting learning the new sauce station, learning the next set of things to manage. That should have the same kind of excitement if you're going to continue forward in this business. Because if you want to own your own pace, you're going to be confronted with all of that, whether you want to or not. So,
Yeah. Yep, that's the
One
truth.
of the things I've learned from ET over the years is he's terrific at the social nature of the restaurants. In other words, I tend to just have a big loud mouth, never mean, never blah 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 intentionally, but I say inappropriate things sometimes, and he's very good about understanding where that line is, where I think I'm kidding and it's not really, it's not being taken
Sure.
that way or whatever. So that's happened to me in my career. But I will say I've worked in Hotel DuPont in Wilmington, Delaware, like huge operation. Benjamin's in Bellevue when I first got out here in '77, with a Swiss chef. Restaurants all over the city. Not once have I ever, 50 years, not once have I ever seen a chef lose his temper like that or be a jerk in that way that I think what we've been reading about Rene Redzepi, not once in all my years. So it's when I hear you guys say, "Oh yeah, that's happened to me," blah blah blah, I'm so surprised.
I'm
Yeah.
not. I wish I was.
Okay, then here's a fun question. If you could look 10 years into the future of restaurants, what would you most want to know?
I want to know if everyone's going to stop drinking because I have to rearrange how we operate our restaurants.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why you can sell chicken at $30, right? Even though you have to buy the chicken, break it down,
Because you can
cook
sell a
it,
glass of wine.
serve it, blah blah
Mhm.
blah. The only way I can sell it at $30 is if I can sell a glass of wine to go with it.
Yep.
And so if people are going to stop drinking, I have to relook at that,
Mhm.
how that structure is in the restaurant business. Yeah.
Well, the non-alcoholic options are coming a long way and filling in
Mhm.
that space.
Uh-huh.
So that helps.
It helps. I would say it's not quite the acceptance of the price point.
Yeah.
I think in 10 years, hopefully it's the same question. Where am I going to eat? To me, that's exciting every day. Like, oh, where do we want to go? What do we want? Like, so hopefully there's a dearth of exciting places to check out.
Sustaining.
How about you? What do you want in 10 years from restaurants that
Ooh.
you are getting today, but you want to make sure is there in 10 years?
I think that the affordability, that it's still accessible for everybody at
Uh-huh.
all levels. It's, you can do a tasting menu at Altura for a special occasion, but then also you don't have to be wealthy to eat good food
Uh-huh.
and not just a
And
McDonald's.
good food meaning good and
good,
healthy. food.
nourishing
Yeah.
food.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So places that are, and that people can make a living wage and that it all just continues to be, restaurants are such an important part of our gathering spaces and
That-
where we connect.
Yeah. That living wage thing is huge.
Mhm.
I think we take it for granted in this town with our customers. They don't quite understand how expensive that is to do. It's something that I'm thrilled for our cooks and our team to be making a living wage.
Mhm.
Just back in Delaware, they make $4 an hour. Waiters make $4 an
Wow.
hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just Providence, Rhode Island, $4 an hour.
But then you get tips,
I know you get tips. They get tips here too.
right?
But it's also Seattle's the most expensive restaurant city in America right now, and it's because we're trying to pay a living wage, and I'm all for it.
Mhm.
But it's going to affect the affordability
Right.
notion that you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
it's consumer driven. Like
Yeah.
you have to be wanting and able to afford that piece of the equation.
And they voted to say yes, we want that. But
Yeah.
I'll be curious if they continue.
Vote with our dollars. Yeah.
I want to see the maintain the human connection of the restaurants in spite of trying to keep prices at a balance point. I'm really don't enjoy communicating with the screen either before I eat or after I eat. So
Mhm.
I want to find the balance of good service and good hospitality in this environment that we're moving into.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Excellent.
Good. All right, we have another full hour coming your way on Cairo Radio. It's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
I'm smelling gumbo. Are you smelling gumbo, anybody? Are we smelling gumbo?
Yeah.
All right.
Back that way.
Do you? Usually we charge for that, but you know.
I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries.
Thank you.
All right. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Right up on them. Thank you.
Tony and Sean? Okay.
Tony and Sean. Tony.
Chef Tony.
Or just Tony.
So we heard about this with Bridget. Bridget sent in pictures.
Here, save it for the radio. Come over here.
Okay.
You're all. He's from West Virginia.
Your mic is more my
Yeah.
You're all. Oh.
Ah,
I had to jump up and.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
You gonna stay over there? What do I?
Well, your mic is too high.
I smell okay. I took a shower. Jeez. Cam, you ready for us? Hour number 2. Having some gumbo out there? Delicious. We are back here in the kitchens on the Hot Stove Society show, hour number 2. Thanks for hanging with us. We got a busy second hour, ordinary to extraordinary. Elizabeth Liu from Crowd Cow is here, Food for Thought Tasty Trivia. And Becky, who are we starting with?
Sure. We've got Tony and Sean, and they are
Chef Tony.
Chef Tony and Sean Thomas from Black Pepper Catering Company.
Yes.
And we heard about them because Chef Bridget, who's on the co-host the show, she has been raving about your gumbo and a couple of your other dishes at Ballard Market that sell out. So she sent pictures and she said, please get them on the show. And here you are. So
Here we
welcome.
are.
Thank you
Thanks
for
for
here.
having
What do
us.
you mean at the Ballard Market? So you're selling fresh
At the farmer's
entrees?
market.
We're selling fresh gumbo. We have
Wow, that's
seafood
cool.
gumbo, chicken and
Yeah.
sausage gumbo, and we do a vegan gumbo at the Ballard Farmers Market. I
Oh,
say
the Ballard
vegan
Farmers
because
Market.
I thought when you said
I
you're
just make my
vegetarian,
wife
why
eat
just-
around all the stuff.
eat around it.
Yeah.
That's what I would love to tell people. Just eat around everything
eat
else.
around it.
Scratch the vegan gumbo.
There's
Eat
rice
around
in
it.
Early in our marriage, I used
Yeah,
to make her
exactly.
something and then everybody else
Exact-
something, but now it's melded into
Yep.
one.
Eat
And
around
if you're
it.
hungry, you're going to eat around it. If not, you're
Exactly.
going to find your own.
Exactly.
You're not so strict. I know. You eat vegetarian half the time anyway.
I try, but I got a kidney stone, so.
All right, tell us about you all.
We are Black Pepper together.
Uh-huh.
I'm the chef. I cook, and she does everything else.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I do not cook at all. I could burn boiling water if
Uh-huh.
if it came
I
down
have
to
done
it.
that in the past too. It's not so bad. Dry pot.
Right.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We are a catering business here in Seattle and primarily service athletes, professional and collegiate athletes. And we started doing catering in definitely Southern food with the Pacific Northwestern freshness and flair
Uh-huh.
is what we do mostly.
Are you from the South or were you born here and grew
So
up
our
here?
parents, well, my dad and her dad are from Louisiana,
Uh-huh.
and they came to LA. And my family, most of my family
Woohoo!
is
I'm
in
from
LA,
LA.
at this point. Yeah, my family is all everybody's there now. So I was born and raised in Southern California,
Uh-huh.
and just kind of took all the recipes with me.
You had good genes.
Yeah.
Louisiana
It's-
folk know how to cook.
Born in me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And same for you?
No, I'm from East Texas, middle of nowhere, 45 minutes from
I
Shreveport,
thought West
Louisiana.
Texas was the middle of nowhere. All of Texas is the middle of
Texas
nowhere.
All of
is
Texas.
pretty much the middle of nowhere. In terms of cooking, culinary, the only thing I brought to the table was Rotel dip. That's pretty much all I knew how to
Uh-huh.
make. But I definitely know good food, being from the South. So
Uh-huh. And what gave you your business acumen? Sounds like you do all the business side of things.
I do. So I have a master's in technical project management, and just kind of helping her build her business, kind of pull from both worlds, and have been able to do some consulting and just helping her be successful, and it kind of turned into a joint thing. And now I get 50% of the Ballard Farmers Market sales.
Love it. That's a good partner to have.
It's a wonderful partner to have.
Yeah.
It takes all the thinking off
Yeah.
of me, which is what I definitely
Uh-huh.
needed at the time.
How
and-
is her
and she
food
picks
cost?
everything up.
Look at
Not
that.
great.
Something as a chef, we always, product cost is as much a chef's job as is the menu, right?
Yes,
Right.
If you don't
Exactly.
keep your costs in line, you're going to go out of business. So,
Yes, exactly.
so tell us about this.
It's a weekly conversation.
Wow.
we have to figure out how to be more efficient. When you guys were talking about just kind of plans for the next 10 years and what we've learned so far in our 5-6 years of business, food cost on my end,
Yeah.
being more efficient, figuring out ways to preserve extras, and just being able to profit better than we are, because I know there's a way other people
We
do
do
it.
Right.
really well from my point of view. I think we do really
That
well.
is always the.
Exactly.
Because she doesn't.
cut.
I do all of the shopping, 100% of the shopping. So as you guys know, food costs are rising like
Oh, yeah.
it's insane. So we're getting great food, and I'm doing the very best that I can, but I'm not going to lower my standard to
Yeah.
and I think there's a checks and balances, right? But quality food costs. And I think we're doing very well.
Well, your customers will decide at the end of the day,
sure,
right? Because
sure.
if you're doing quality food, you're doing it well. You would hope that you could charge what you need to charge to make
we
a margin.
do,
Yeah.
and we do, and I think she would definitely. I think she's more talking about how many times I'm in the store, how many times I'm on online shopping, getting deliveries, and all that stuff. But as far as I think our margins and our profit, I think we're doing really, really well.
Chef's opinion.
I don't know.
What makes a great? We're eating some delicious gumbo here. What makes a great gumbo? Because this is
the-
very meaty. If I were you, I would say, can't you put some beans in that gumbo?
the roux, you know,
Yeah.
and the spirit of when you're making it. I think your heart. It's a labor of love.
Uh-huh.
Always, gumbo is just a labor of love in general. I think it starts with the roux that makes the great gumbo and the fresh ingredients. And luckily, we're at the Ballard Farmers Market, so we get to source a bunch of stuff from there. The chicken stock and the sausages and all of the best things about the gumbo we're sourcing right from the market.
Uh-huh.
So
That's one of the reasons why your costs are high. Just
it's
saying.
just-
Yeah.
and part of it is we have to, and a part of it is we need to when we want to.
Right.
Yeah.
So like I said, a checks and balances, and I think the best thing about it is we feel good about what we're doing and what we're putting on the table. Anybody can eat it, you know, there has to be things that you can take away and add, but people can eat our food because we're making good food.
Right. You know, I'm of the vintage of Emeril Lagasse and Paul Prudhomme.
Yeah.
And that's where my introduction to kind of Louisiana / Cajun cooking. Same idea for your style, because it's regional and it's ethnic.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But you say Emerald, I say my granny.
Your granny,
and,
right.
and my mom. And those are the people that I got what I'm producing from my ancestors.
So is that a brown roux that I'm looking at rather than a black roux? You know what I'm saying?
It's a brown roux, and it's funny you asked. My mom actually, I mean, it's been done before, but she developed a dry roux. So she stands over the stove in our cast iron. And she cooks the mess out of the flour and adds all the spices, and she ships it from me. Ships it to me.
Wow. She hasn't taught you that secret yet,
Yeah,
huh?
so I make it. I definitely make it myself, but that's one of the things that I have chosen to outsource in our family business, keeping in the family. I said, Mom,
Expertise.
I have to make a ton of gumbo for the Ballard Farmers Market on Sunday. Can you make my roux? She's like, yep, I can make your roux. So she stands over the stove for hours and she ships it to me from California.
That is a good mom right
She's
there.
a great mom. She's
Sean, how do
wonderful.
people get in touch with you and have you cater their birthday or their dinner party?
A couple ways. So they can reach out on our social media, Black Pepper, BLK Pepper _SEA. Or you can Google Black Pepper SEA and go straight to our website. There is a link to contact us, or there's a link to pre-order gumbo. So a couple different ways you can reach out.
I'm sure you do more than gumbo. What's your favorite thing?
Ooh, my favorite thing is probably a good steak. Tony does a really, really good steak with a chimichurri, like a brown sugar rub. One of my favorite things that I rarely get anymore because Tony is so busy cooking for everybody else in the city but me. But yeah, when she does get a chance.
Don't forget where your bread is buttered,
I know.
Tony.
Thank you so
Quit.
much.
I'm done.
Thank you so much.
I'm hoping she doesn't quit. So.
So do you two dream about having a brick and mortar at some point? Like, or is this exactly what you want to be doing?
I think it changes day to day. If I could do exactly what I wanted to be doing, I would be on the coast on a farm in overalls, picking carrots and asparagus and then going in there and cooking it. A bed and breakfast type of situation. A little slower of a life. Life is very fast. We have a 1-year-old too. So
she calls it the soft life, but that doesn't sound very soft.
It
to me.
sounds soft.
It sounds like a lot of manual labor
not.
picking carrots.
It's not.
My wife
Tom's
is just
wife
getting
has
her
a farm.
rotator cuff sewn back together from picking sweet potatoes.
That sounds like the
Yeah.
future we're heading
It's
for with
hard.
that.
Those roots are hard. Yeah, so brick and mortar definitely has been on the table. I really enjoy what I do. I'm a private chef for a lot of professional athletes as well. So going in and having face-to-face and like building relationship that way in a more intimate setting, I really, really enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you get that in a restaurant, different way though.
Sure. I just can't imagine that it's nonstop and I'm backing away from that and trying to, like she said, kind of turn it into a softer situation for me.
I think a brick and mortar, anything that will run itself for me is where I'm trying to go.
I'm gonna say
actually.
nothing in this business runs itself.
I know.
You got to get over that. That is just
You
not going
can
to
need
happen.
2 of you and 2 of you if you open up a brick and mortar.
Exactly.
Sure.
Next thing you know, they'll be running itself your revenue into their pockets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anything where we can, I don't want to say hand it off, but entrust some people with our baby. This is our baby. You guys were talking about passions and this being a passion. You were saying it's still your passion. I call our business our daughter's big sister because it is another baby for us, and that's how we pour into it.
And there might be some piece where you're never going to be able to pass that off.
Sure.
right.
Because
And
your
they talk
baby is
back.
always your baby.
And they talk
And
back.
they talk back to
They
you.
talk back. It's crazy. But yeah, for me, it's just being at a place where we can hand it off, and we have people that we entrust to run it like we would. And we can go to the coast, and I can watch Tony pick her carrots.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Pick her carrots. Good luck on that, Tony. Chef Tony. All right, we're going to jump into Ordinary to Extraordinary. When we come back, if you'd like to join us, you're welcome to stay for another segment. And we'll find out what you can do to a spring salad. On Cairo Radio, it's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was fun.
You going to stay or are you done?
I think we're going to hang out for a little bit.
Okay.
You too. Cheers. Yeah. Well, you know, when I'm in a shot, it looks good. Oh. Oh, you're pretty. Come on.
Yeah, she could move her.
There's a shocker. All right.
So did you want water or anything?
What foods do you have to give up?
Meat and salt.
Meat, really? Oh.
I wouldn't eat this then.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you had them before?
First time. The doctor was saying 50% get them again.
Yeah.
So how'd you make it up here from LA?
I actually basketball at Seattle U.
Mm.
And didn't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to do anything else other than play basketball. So
Yeah.
that was
Where,
my
where in
only-
LA you from?
Well, oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. No, I know that.
He's a Pasadena boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'm right down the 210.
Yep.
30 minutes.
Wow. I left LA in '89.
You know what that means?
Not a little, a lot.
A little old, a little old.
Experience.
That's it. That's it. We are back in the kitchen on Cairo Radio. Still have Chef Tony in the hot seat here
Yep.
from Black Pepper Catering. If you go to blackpepper.com, you can find blackpepperlc.com.
Yep.
You can find out more about their catering business. But we invited you to stay for this next segment because we're going to talk about taking something as ordinary as a salad mix that you might buy at the grocery store and somehow making it extraordinary. So, Becky,
Yes.
tell us about that.
That's right. We want, we've been talking about meat a lot today. And so we want to balance it out with some kind of the bounty of the spring coming up and how to make it special.
Uh-huh.
And you guys are good at that.
And we're just starting to see some of those spring vegetables around, which makes me excited.
Yes, they're popping up. So
So, Chef, Chef ET, do you want to take us down the road to begin with?
Sure. If we're just grabbing a bag of spring mix, I would first add a ton of herbs, just soft, tender herbs right in there, just to kind of season up that mix. Because I think now, maybe back when I first started cooking, like that French mesclun or green mix was so exotic, but now it's like anywhere you can
Yeah.
get a mix of greens.
True.
So
And did you get that from eating in Vietnamese restaurants? Because that's where I got that, was all the fresh basil and dill and all that sort of thing.
no, I actually more from the farm.
Or more from
Just
Brussels.
we have. I mean, that's a thing. Like with farms, you have to use what's coming. Like and during season, like we have a short season here in Washington, but when it comes on strong. So we'll bring over 100 totes and 2 big 30 pounds worth of chives, and so it's like you don't want it to rot because somebody works so hard to do that. So
Yeah,
it's
my
like,
wife.
yeah. But finding uses that make sense for the product they're bringing. But just to me, that just bringing that flavor to a green mix now that is kind of ubiquitous out there.
Uh-huh.
So to give it a little bit of personality, I would do that. And then I think, we're, as Tom said, we're kind of like asparagus, pea, artichoke starting to come on, but I'd probably just do a little pea custard. So just a little button of a pea custard in there with a little fresh goat cheese and a little like muscatel vinegar. So just sweet, kind of matches the peas, kind of matches the herbs, and keep it that way.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Simple, delicious.
Chef Tony, any thoughts on how to take a simple salad and make it extraordinary? Because you don't have to use the spring mix. You can start anywhere.
Yeah, I think a spring mix is great. That's what I would go for. And
Uh-huh.
then I'm heading straight towards the apples and the berries
Right.
and things like that. And most importantly, the vinaigrette, the fresh like house-made dressing that you can whip up in literally 30 seconds, and it takes it from ordinary to extraordinary.
Exactly.
Yes.
I think people are intimidated by vinaigrette like they are making pie or something like this.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Baking is scary, and dealing with oils and vinegar. I mean, 'cause-
Emulsification.
yes,
yeah.
yes, all that and things breaking, and it's easy to be intimidated, but it's not. I mean, once you get going, you can throw anything in there. Hit it with the honey, hit it with lime, and you're making a masterpiece. If
Yeah.
you can make a homemade dressing,
Yeah.
you can kind of make anything.
You just hit on what I think is a very important part of vinaigrettes is that little sweet, sour, salty
Yeah, the
balance.
acid for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bex, how about you?
Well, I was thinking about your Palace Kitchen salad, the escarole, that you just gave it a kiss of heat. And I really
I mean,
liked
that's literally a kiss.
Yeah,
That's 8 seconds.
that was it, because you
over a
started at
flame.
30 or something, and then you had to back off and back off.
Well, yeah. I mean, the
It just
escarole,
turns into mush.
Yeah.
escarole, 8 seconds. All you give
That's
it is that lick of flame.
But what it does is it adds a whole different dimension of flavor
Uh-huh.
and texture.
Yeah.
So something I was thinking, you guys have those tricks and how to, you've done those big croutons before, and how you balance all the crunchy and it's like balancing your vinaigrette. You want to
Yeah.
balance texture and temperature
Sure.
too. Like
Uh-huh.
I kind of like roasted
3
vegetables.
Ts.
The 3
Ooh.
T's.
Taste,
Yes.
texture, and temperature.
That's right.
Yeah.
You wrote an article on that
I think I
20
did.
years ago.
Maybe 40.
Maybe 40. I think that should be a segment.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay. Well, we just did it. So
But
I,
that particular salad, we put in the rosemary butter beans, right?
yes.
We put in the crispy garlic chips, for that texture.
Right.
And then that little
Creamy
very
vinaigrette.
simple mustard vinaigrette.
Yeah,
So,
really good. And it was just covered perfectly. And then it was the texture thing with the beans.
Yeah.
So that's why I look to you guys to take us up a notch with salads.
yeah. When I think about vinaigrette, I think about what am I going to emulsify into?
And we say emulsify because you don't want it to separate, or you want it
Yeah,
to.
if I want oil and vinegar, I'll just put oil and
Right,
vinegar on
which
and
is
be done,
perfectly
right?
fine,
Or
right.
lemon juice and extra virgin and salt,
Sure.
or
Yeah.
simple little dressing like that. ET mentioned the muscatel vinegar that we use over at Serious Pie. That's my favorite salad in our company.
Mm.
Cucumber, red radish, simple greens, and a little wisp of pecorino or Reggiano
A little
Parmesan.
salty at the end.
Yeah, exactly. It's so good. But when I'm making like a mustard vinaigrette, I'm going to start with a teaspoon of mustard, and then the other emulsifier is a little anchovy paste.
Yeah.
And people freak out about anchovy paste, but you'll never know what's in there. You absolutely, I guarantee you never know what's going to be in there. But it gives you an umami quality to that dressing, and so a good vinegar. Don't cheap out on the vinegar. Don't use something that's been on the shelf for 5 years,
Mhm.
right?
Aged.
Buy small jars of vinegar and use them when they're fresh. Keep them in the fridge if you need to, and then move from there. Lemon juice, a little honey, like Chef did, and then we got yourself a vinaigrette.
Mhm.
I love ET's thing with the whole herb leaf. So that's been
Yeah.
to me. I learned that going to Vietnamese restaurants,
Mhm.
and I just think it's the bomb. Mint,
Yeah.
big
all
leaves
of
of
them.
mint.
It took me a while to get there because I was so used to everything being chiffonade and just tiny and spread out. But
Yeah.
now I love whole herbs.
Yeah.
Another thing, when you talked about using anchovies as umami, ET's taught me to use miso. And I love a miso dressing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
In your professional piece with athletes, is there a push-pull between what they want to eat and what they should eat?
Sure. They and then I think the younger they are, that's where I kind of have to be auntie and say, you're going to the NBA next year. You're gonna have some trouble if you. So I try to be the little buffer between you're in high school or you're in college right now, and then you're projected to go to the NBA. I'm going to start feeding you like you'll need to eat in the NBA to be successful.
Yeah,
so
at that level.
Yes, at that level, to perform, you know. So yes, it's a push-pull, definitely. Like, I have a young client right now, and he's actually in high school, and he is a projected #1 pick.
Yeah, Rainier Beach.
He wants, you know, mac and cheese, and he wants rotel dip, and he wants, you know, and I'm looking at this list like, okay, no, but
Find the new coach.
it's I don't understand it sometimes. And then you know where you're going, and you hear all these athletes before you saying, you know, I had to change this, I had to change that. And you have me right here, you know, doing it for you.
Yeah.
But
You don't have to think, just
you
do
don't
it.
even have to think, just eat what I'm serving you.
Yeah.
And then I have another young athlete, 22 years old, and he is the absolute best. He eats exactly what I give him. And not that it needs to be, you know, you eat what I give you. I want to serve you what you like and what you'll eat, but it needs to be the right thing. And it needs to be proper nutrition, and you need to be able to perform, because if you're not, and you're heavy, you're tired, it's on me.
So can you give us an example of a perfect dinner for an athlete?
Sure.
We only have 2 minutes, so you got to
Yeah,
rip through it.
I would go to the market, and I would get a nice piece of fish. I would, or a steak.
So you're starting protein heavy.
Protein heavy for sure. And then I would split the plate with carbs and veggies. So a lot of the athletes, they really go to broccoli or something like that. So I might stir fry it with some garlic, some ghee, and then I'll either give you a mashed potato or a baked potato sometimes. And if it wants to be more fun, I'll load the potato with all the things that they like. And there you have it, a perfect meal.
What would you cook for old
Golfer
Fat.
athletes.
Chefs.
chefs?
Same thing.
likely
I
the
gotta
same
perform.
thing, a little bit less.
Same thing, a little bit less. Yeah. My doctor today tried to put me on Ozempic, and it's like, dude, I just need a little bit more self-control. He says, you've had your chance.
It's not a lifestyle change now.
That's cute.
Hey, you've had your chance. Well, Chef Tony, thank you for doing that. Did you play pro ball yourself?
I did. I played overseas for 6 years.
Okay, good job.
Yeah.
So that's why
Yeah.
you're so in tune. And we're so happy for your success.
Thank you so much.
BlackPepperCatering.com.
Thank you so much.
All
for
right,
having me.
there you go. Check it out. Up next, Elizabeth Liu, the CEO from Crowd Cow on the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tony.
You know, people sometimes make too much money after being on this show. Sean, sometimes people make too much money after being on this show. Just saying.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Awesome interview.
Yeah.
Maybe they No, we need the big crowd cow.
We got the cam in the way. Yes, because it says crowd.
This doesn't read from that angle. Tuesday Blues Day. Other way. There we go.
Cam will help you.
Look how good you look. Look how good you look. Come on, give it up. Move it off the C there, Cam.
Oh my God, I
Move it-
love how
Move
the
it off
look.
the C.
There you go.
we go.
I feel like it's like, this is this close. Yeah. It's gotta be like, I gotta basically like eat it. I'm gonna eat it.
You just watched 2 perfect interviews. They were awesome.
They were.
Yeah.
Now you
So don't mess up. So
Pressure.
don't mess
I'm
up.
here to mess it up. Oh, my phone is right here. I'm sorry. Where do I put this thing?
So you want to be really close to the mic, like
I'm
Just- yeah.
really loud. I think I'll be okay.
That
with
it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Still got to be on it.
am I close enough?
you're really
Yep.
loud. We'll see
I'm
about
so
that.
Sorry.
And don't look at her when you talk. Talk to the mic. That's the key.
Wait, can I not even look at him?
Well, you
either?
can look, but you
You
just,
just can't look away.
and you
Oh.
can.
Yeah, you have to.
my
It's
God.
like so
You have to talk to the
directional.
mic.
Just
So,
yell
like,
at me.
for example, if I talk to the audience, you can't hear it.
Oh wow.
Hi, Peter.
If we
Okay.
were more wealthy, we would have better microphones.
Not a good problem.
Fortunately, I spent all my money at Crowd Cow.
Have you yet?
I
you?
think I have bought 1 or 2 things off Crowd Cow. Have you? No.
Not yet.
I don't do the internet shopping. My
I think I
wife
did
does.
Mishima Reserve Steaks last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Human research.
No, Mishima Reserve. Kurtz.
Are you doing any
Yes.
Mishima? Yeah, I think I
Yes.
did. I,
We do Mishima, and
Yeah.
we do American Wagyu, Australian, and
Yeah.
Japanese.
we're back here in the kitchen on Cairo Radio.
Woohoo!
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm excited.
Had a very beefy show today.
Ha ha ha. That's good.
Thank you for that. Elizabeth, let's do that again. Elizabeth Liu is here, CEO of Crowd Cow, a Seattle-based company helping people discover exceptional meat and seafood directly from farmers, ranchers, and fisheries that produce it. Whew, pretty good, huh?
Spot on.
Spot on. See, there you go.
I'm literally staring at one of our mottos, which is "We live for the hunt," and
Uh-huh.
you just basically nailed it. So.
Yeah, exactly. So there it is.
Nice job, Tom.
That's my
Perfect.
nature. Tell us about you and why you're here today.
Well, I'm mostly here to hang out with really cool people.
Exactly. That's what we're talking
When
about.
does that happen?
I don't know, but I also like the grind finds you, and it takes a real grind to produce really good food,
Yep.
and that's the whole point of Crowd Cow. It is extremely difficult in the U.S. to find great meat because of the way that the food supply and the meat supply is, and so we find people who have poured their life's blood and generations of doing the right thing and continuing to learn. The world is changing, soils are changing, climates are changing, and so there's ranchers and fisheries that are continuing to evolve how they grow their animals and how they grow their locally grown feed, selecting the breeds and continuing to invest in genetics to produce the best meat and the seafood that is grown on our planet.
So, what is your base level like when you're looking at cows? Like, what is the first thing you're like? This is an absolute when we're selecting a new ranch.
I think that animals, just like we are also animals, is the environment. Is where have you chosen to raise that breed, and how are you stewarding and taking care of that land to perform for you? So the animal ultimately is going to be harvested, and everything that animal has experienced, even and especially during slaughter, will influence the quality of the meat.
Yeah. And then where do you stand as far as regenerative practices go? Like that, to me, we're seeing a lot of in the marketplace. So I just,
We're seeing it spoken to. I don't know if we're
Mhm.
actually getting it, but we're
Yeah,
seeing it spoken to. Yeah.
there's
This
a lot of
is-
pamphlets out there.
Yeah.
Tons of pamphlets, and I kind of think that you need to see it to believe it, in especially in food and especially in the U.S. It's a very claims driven market, but regenerative is certainly one thing, not one size fits all. Because the one thing about regenerative is you take care of land depending on where that land is and what your climate is and what your weather is. And so regenerative also depends on species. Is rotational grazing is extremely important for the health of the land, but how are you actually planting when you are rotating your herd, and are you multi-species? Are you rotating cattle and hogs, depending on where you are in the States? But I'll just give you an example. So only 15% of grass-finished beef is raised on U.S. soil. There's a huge reason for that, and one of the basic reasons for that is we are a country that has very limited climate that is moderate year-round with the right grasses for cattle to finish on native grasses year-round. And so you kind of look for that in certain geos of the U.S.
Which you find more of that, say, in Australia or in Argentina, or is that what you're saying?
Well, I actually think
other big beef producing areas.
Yes, absolutely. But actually, New Zealand and also South America is excellent for 100% grass-fed because of climate and because of soil. They just have more soil to work with. The soil in New Zealand is volcanic, so it's incredibly rich for the grasses to then give those nutrients to the cattle.
It's like in Hawaii, they have that Parker Ranch, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So Crowd Cow started in 2015. Is that correct?
That's right.
You're one of the first folks part of the team.
Yeah, most things in life that happen to you, you run away from, but they're the best things that happen to you. I was meeting our founder Joe for coffee, but founders, probably just like chefs, they don't do coffee. They're always closing. I'm sure, right? So Joe immediately was just grilling me on why do I want to join Crowd Cow, and I was like, I don't even know enough about Crowd Cow. And it turns out that the vision was to establish food transparency in the U.S. Maybe at the time I did not know anything about the food system. So everything I just shared, I did not know 8 years ago.
But the only transparency we know in this country is through plastic wrap. It's very transparent.
Exactly.
It's through a lot of words and fewer actions because the actions are not clear and visible.
Yeah.
But
in regards to that mission, how do you think you've progressed?
It's a great question. So food transparency, I think, is a very worthy mission, and we still exist for that. But I maybe as someone who's always hunted really great food in my own life, I want to connect the best producers with the people that are seeking that out. And it is not cheap. So you do have to pay a premium because those producers are not producing at a scale that drives massive economies of scale. So, yeah.
And it's even in a different sense, not so much the scale, but your yield out of a small ranch versus agribusiness is so different.
It's not just scale. You're right. You're working with different breeds. If you're working with heritage breeds and not the conventional meat system, you're finishing out for months, and every month is cash flow that you're investing into the animal. Same thing with where you're procuring your feed. Are you locally growing it? Are you locally harvesting it? Why are you doing so? And so slow growth actually produces very different intramuscular marbling that you enjoy.
Interesting.
And then your name, Crowd Cow. You now have seafood, pork. What else is, coming down the line? Like, and why did you add those pieces on?
Absolutely. So seafood is a great example. When we started, we worked with Rich Wheeler out of Cordova, Alaska, and he's one of the best wild-caught fishermen in Alaska. We now also carry sustainable aquaculture because if we only consume wild-caught will no longer exist for future generations. And so that's one example of making intentional decisions to be responsible, but also to find where people are growing the best species. We launched Fermin Iberico last year, which is a top producer of 100% Iberico pork. And that is an example where Fermin specifically grows their breed in northern Spain in these forests. And because of how cold those forests are, the hogs finish on acorns because they are trying to consume that energy into their bodies. And that's actually why this breed is the Wagyu of pork. It is so intensely marbled, and it's a deep, deep ruby red. It does not look like any other breed of pork.
And is that a black pig?
Yes, that's exactly right. The Pata Negra.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure that answered the question that for what I was curious about, because to me, Crowd Cow started out, the way I looked at it was more of like using every part of the animal.
Yes.
and nose to tail. And it's when I look at the brochures now, it doesn't seem as focused on that.
It's a great question. So about a year ago, I think Eric earlier mentioned sometimes you go back to where you start because that's where you're meant to be. And the concept of nose to tail, first of all, I firmly believe that nose to tail, it certainly, one, does help the rancher, but two, it's a superior culinary experience. There's richer flavor, richer depth. And so we've actually brought back more nose to tail cuts in our selection. So we're about to launch spinalis, but we're back to selling tongue, we're back to selling oxtail, and allowing people marrow bones, and allowing people to kind of explore the rest of the cow.
Right.
And have you seen that transfer into orders?
Slowly. I
Slowly.
think our more like our bread and butter, basically our more loyal customers are gravitating towards that because they know that that's what we stand for. And so I think there's more customer education with the newer customers.
So what's a customer experience? If they go to your website, where do they start?
It's like a kid walking into a candy store. Where would you start? Because of the name Crowd Cow, most people do tend to start with beef. And to Tom's point, they will see an excellent selection of steaks. And so I think that what you'll be able to do is shop by farm and select which farm you want to shop from. But also among the categories that Eric has mentioned, are you looking for pasture-raised beef? Are you looking for wild-caught seafood? Are you looking for heritage pork? And kind of most customers do come, online shoppers do come with the protein that they're shopping for in mind.
And then you read the farmer stories, and then you get more connected. And
Yeah.
is it true, you talking about transparency, you've got the QR code on the package, or how does that work?
So every cut we sell is linked to the farm. So you know exactly which farm, and by farm, I mean I think most people in this room probably understand farm does not necessarily mean farm. Farm can be a brand, but you know the physical location of that farm when you buy from Crowd Cow. And then every piece of meat or seafood shows you that farm when we ship it.
Awesome. And has this changed I know you're a big foodie, you and I talked, and experience has changed how you purchase and cook.
I used to not cook before this job.
You should talk to Sean. maybe we get Sean cooking off of Crowd Cow.
No, I literally would eat strictly at restaurants, which is probably why I furiously...
We like you.
I was furiously working through Tom's restaurants when
Yeah,
I first
there you
moved to
go.
Seattle because that's how I got to learn the city. And I think it was just like I would go to grocery, look at the meat, and be wildly uninspired and be like, this looks nothing like what's happening in restaurants. And to some extent, Chef Nathan spoke about that, is there's a quality and a tier of protein producers that's not available in National Grocery for many, many reasons. So I was just didn't cook before.
Great.
Well, so interesting. I look forward to getting on and trying some of the Iberico pork.
Sure.
I love that cut. It's just melt in your mouth. Crazy good.
So what's actually really unique about that is we're one of the first to carry the raw cuts. So you as a customer, anywhere you're living in the US, you can experience Pluma, Secreto, Presa, as opposed to vast majority of Americans could probably only experience 100% Iberico as charcuterie.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right.
So
That's the only way I've had it, unless you're in Italy.
and
you go.
it's different. I'll just say it's different. Although some of the Berkshire Duroc cuts that I've had lately are super
Getting
good.
there,
They're
and
getting
it's
there.
still like
They got always a go, but then also the most extraordinary is to make your own tassau with Iberico. This is actually what 5-star Michelins are doing in Asia, right? But you can take this Iberico, Secreto, or Pluma and make your own tassau at home, and that's something that most people will not have experienced.
Yeah, super fun. Well, thank you, Elizabeth Liu, CEO of Crowd Cow. Check them out at crowdcow.com is my guess. Sure enough, what a guess. It's time for Food for Thought. Tasty trivia coming your way. Brought to you by Rub with Love Spice Rubs and Blends. You're listening to us on Cairo Radio, 97.3 FM.
Oh, okay.
Taylor, the stylist.
Now I'm like,
We've got an audience member.
really cooking.
Ah.
Made him nervous. Had to go poop first.
All right, you've probably heard us say many times, got to get close to the mic. And you've got lots of time. Don't feel like you have to rush it. If it's
Is that close enough?
Audience
Little closer.
participation.
Like that?
yes,
Okay.
as loud as you can. Unless the answer's wrong, then just say it really quietly.
My wife
Blame
says I have
Tom.
no problem speaking loudly. So.
You're doing trivia?
Very
Exciting.
happy that you're the co-host today. You're my favorite co-host.
Welcome back to the hot stove. You know, if you enjoy grocery shopping like I enjoy grocery shopping, we are so lucky in Seattle to have so many great options that are also good places to restock your pantry with Rub with Love. Locally, you can visit stores like Metropolitan Markets, Town and Country Markets, PCC Community Markets, Thriftway stores, and Hagen stores, plus many, many more. Becky, we're going to play some trivia.
We are, and we've got a brave audience member, Peter Phillips, who's been listening for quite a while. He and his wife had a staycation here at the Hotel Andra and came to join us for breakfast. So welcome. He's going to be contestant number 2. Each of you will get 5 questions, and the winner, perhaps Peter, will take a stroll through the gift shop and pick up a spice rub.
Why wouldn't
Why
he?
not? Why not? If one of these two
If we
win,
can't give them away, how are we going to sell them?
that's great. All right. So ET's going to go first, show you how it's done. Have you heard this before, Peter?
Many times.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, ET.
Are you used to losing, Peter? Because
I
we don't
am.
like.
Fortunately, I am.
There's no crying in trivia.
All right. ET number 1. Now that we've sprung forward and have more evening daylight, what Washington vegetable, soon to be in peak season, is said to grow so fast you can almost watch it grow?
Uh,
I'm hearing it a lot in the audience.
A little. It's big and sunny.
Asparagus.
It's big and sunny side.
Asparagus it is. I'm excited for the season. Good job. Number 2 is multiple choice. In 16th and 17th century England, what was an alehouse toast before it became a speech? Was it a drinking game, a piece of bread floated in ale, or a tavern tax?
I'm going to go with the bread.
It is a piece of bread floated in ale. It was used to improve the rough and sour drinks, which is now how toast got its name, to mean the person who adds something special to the gathering. I think that's kind of cute.
Yeah, it is kind of cute.
All right, number 3. True or false? The name 7-Eleven originally referred to the hours the stores were open.
I'm going to say true.
That is true. And that was pretty rare back in 1946. So true it is. Number 4. Which British breakfast bread is cooked in rings on a griddle from loose batter, creating its characteristic holes?
Characteristic.
What did I say?
Characteristic. Say it,
Crumpet.
just say it again.
Number 4. Which British breakfast bread is cooked in rings on a griddle from
Crumpet.
a loose? A crumpet it is. It has, good job, E.T.
See, I was just giving T a
Giving her
little
time.
extra time to think about it. Yeah.
Final
I'm gonna
question.
give her T.
Thank you.
Cotton candy was introduced to the public at a 1904 St. Louis World's Fair as fairy floss. What was the profession of one of its inventors, William Morrison?
Studio agent.
He was a dentist. Isn't that something?
E.T., you might know this because it's Asian, and I'm just going to group you in with every other Asian in the world right now.
Perfect.
What's
I'm
up
gonna
with the
jump
meat?
in.
What's up with the meat floss? You see that so much.
Sung, pork sung,
Yeah, that whatever that is. What
more umami.
More mommy.
more? So you just use it as like a little flavoring agent. You don't use it to like eat a spoonful of it.
Oh, I think you just throw it on top.
Meat floss.
Yeah.
yeah. I find it so weird.
I'm going to have to look into it. I don't know what it is.
Meat floss.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Okay, Peter Phillips. Number 1. Which vegetable, often served fresh, frozen, or canned, is in the U.S. top 5 consumed vegetables?
Frozen
And
Canned.
canned. And fresh.
spinach.
Corn.
Oh.
But I wonder where spinach lies there.
I
Number
knew
two,
all of Eric's.
number 2, multiple choice. A tankard is the classic pub-style drinking mug you'd see in medieval taverns. In colonial America, what hidden danger did pewter tankards often pose? They sometimes contain lead, they could shatter when heated, or they were easily mistaken for silver and stolen.
I'm going to say they had lead in them.
They did, and they kind of got rid of that in the 1700s, but they
I
did.
have
Good
a
job.
half a dozen tankards at home from my golf club in Scotland,
In Scotland?
and they're all sterling.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, so they probably contain
They're
lead
safe.
too. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh. No.
Just saying.
Careful, don't
It's
overuse
the
them.
whiskey that's the problem.
Okay.
That's what makes me a little unsafe.
Okay. Do they look cool? You have a nice display?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah.
Number 3, true or false? The first Starbucks didn't pour a single latte or cappuccino when it opened. Is that true or false?
I'm going to say it's true.
It is true. In 1971, it wasn't a cafe at all. It sold coffee beans, tea, and spices. Espresso drinks came later. Did you guys know that?
Yep.
You did? Okay. I'm glad I didn't
You know,
get
the
you.
original Starbucks is where Mr. Fish is right now.
Wow.
I don't tell anyone that story, but I'm just saying.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
torn down for that big building. That
Yeah.
Mr. Fish did.
All right. Number 4. In classic French cooking, what is a gas streak? Would you like options?
Yes, please.
Okay. Is a gas streak a clarified butter sauce, a sweet and sour reduction of caramelized sugar and vinegar, or a fermented herb paste?
I think it's number 2.
It is number 2. And you've got a gas streak on the menu
On the lamb.
On the
I have
lamb.
Amaro and grapefruit juice gastrique.
over a turnip gratin.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. That's why I was thinking gas streak. That's why my word came to me. Okay, number
I
5.
almost said something inappropriate, but that's okay.
That's not surprising.
Yeah.
Final question to tie with ET. What food item was the very first product sold by Costco when the first warehouse opened in Seattle in 1983?
Wait a second. Food item to eat or food item on the shelf?
To eat.
Ah, so there's
Uh-huh.
a big difference.
That's a
there.
big
Yeah.
difference.
Is it still sold there?
Oh, yeah.
Is it the hot dog? Oh,
It's
it's the
the-
chicken. Oh, it's a hot
It's
dog.
the hot dog.
Good thing it's your birthday. We're feeling
Yeah,
generous.
I
awesome.
caught myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did. 4 out of 5.
Way to go, you guys.
Okay, Tom.
All right. I'm in trouble.
You're in trouble. Well, maybe not. Which leafy green is the most widely consumed salad green in the United States?
Iceberg lettuce.
Iceberg lettuce it is.
Yeah.
Romaines number 2. Good job.
It's the part of the lettuce lie. You know what that is?
It's because there's not much in it. Just
Yeah,
water.
people eat lettuce because they think it's healthy, and there's this it's water.
It's water. It's
Yeah.
filler.
Yeah.
And it's delicious. Multiple choice. In medieval Europe, why did many tankards have hinged lids? Was it because to keep the beer warm, to show the drinker's social rank, or to prevent flies and debris from
Gotta
falling
be
in?
flies.
It's
yeah.
gotta that was common after the
You ever
Black
strain
Death.
a fly through your teeth? Oh, it's not
Oh,
nice.
gross. Yeah.
Not nice. They're in there doing the backstroke, thinking they're all by themselves, and it's boom.
That's why you got the tankard
Yeah.
lid? Okay. Number 3, true or false? Whole Foods Market was the first grocery store chain to sell organic foods in the United States.
False.
That's false.
Yeah.
Organic food's been
Yeah.
around for a long time.
ever.
I couldn't trick you. I tried. Okay.
Matter of fact, organic foods was the norm,
Right.
right?
Right.
Before all the GMOs came
Yep.
around. Yeah.
They helped make it a bigger thing.
Yeah.
But okay, number 4. What cruciferous vegetable, often riced or roasted as a grain substitute, is known for being mild in flavor and nutrient dense?
I don't understand it. It's cauliflower, but
It
I
is.
don't get it. Why? It's just there's no green. There's no nothing. Don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Just
get
a
it.
inexpensive substitute or
Filler.
yeah, filler. There
Yeah.
you go. Okay, final question.
Speaking of gas streaks, cauliflower will do it to you along with sunchokes.
Oh, sunchokes. No thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, final question to either tie with these gentlemen or sweep. Trader Joe's private label strategy means. Let me redo that. Sean, please. Trader Joe's private label strategy means about what percentage of the products in the store carry the Trader Joe's brand?
Are you going to give me options?
I'll give you an option. Is it under 75% of their products or over?
Over.
It is over. It's
Over
80 to
70, yeah.
85%.
Yeah.
Good job. You're the
Yeah.
winner today.
Well, there you go.
5 out of 5.
I'm going to give Peter my free rub since I believe he's on staycation with this lovely lady right here.
Denise, his wife.
Peter P. also. Thank you, Peter, for playing.
Thank
You're
you.
a good sport. And thanks for listening. If you want to be part of our show, you can join the community on YouTube Live at Tom Douglas & Co. or buy a ticket and join us in the studio here at the Hot Stove, like all these fine people did today. Just go to hotstovesociety.com. The show is produced by Becky Guzak. Our technical wizard today is Cameron Thomas. What a doll. And our talented editor is Sean. Please don't call me Del Torre. If you miss any episode of our Hot Stove Society show on Cairo, you can listen via podcast. Just subscribe with your favorite podcast app. Thanks for listening. Oblivious.
That's your line.
He's still oblivious. Oh, never mind.
You're waiting for the next
Quiet
cue.
on this- quiet on the
Okay,
set,
I got it.
please.
He's ready. Okay.
Hi, I'm Chef Tom Douglas.
And I'm Chef Eric Tanaka.
You did it.
Yay.
It wasn't highlighted like last time.
Because now you're a pro. I don't need to highlight it anymore for you.
Today on the Hot Stove Society radio show, Chef Nathan Lockwood on whole animal cooking at Corello and Altura up on Capitol Hill. Tony and Sean Thomas of Black Pepper Catering join us with some delicious gumbo and premium meat and seafood with Elizabeth Liu, CEO of Crowd Cow.
Do we need it to be really clean? Because we had a lot of talking on that one.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay, good. Go,
See what
Sean.
happens.
All
You
right.
Send it back to us.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, thanks, you guys. Woo! Good enough to eat?
You too.